Hey everybody, Reown the Rojko here, and we have just gotten the latest patch drop for Fire Emblem, and I can't wait to go through it and see what all the changes have been. I'm hoping for a really big update, although according to what the developers were saying, this was not going to be the biggest update they've ever made. Mostly just balancing fixes and a few new items and such. New characters, obviously, and a new story as they usually do. But they said they weren't going to be doing like huge fundamental changes. But we'll see what happens as we go through this. Also, I want to apologize in advance as we go through this. The guy next door is mowing his lawn. I messed with my audio settings enough to the point where it looked like his lawnmower wasn't coming through. But if you do hear that in the background, I apologize. Again, I tried to get that to be filtered out, but we'll see. Anyways, without further ado, let's see what Intelligent Systems has for us. So we got new Fire Emblem Patch 7.00, Blazing Blade, they're calling it. Okay. So, hey everyone, we're excited to announce Patch 7.0.0 for Fire Emblem. In addition to the changes and improvements, we are also going global with the series. Oh, that's right. That's, for those of you who weren't playing on the Japanese exclusive servers, they did announce that too, that they were going to be making actual global release for the game. So, uh, everyone can now participate. That's right, Fire Emblem is finally accessible to everyone. In order to help newer players from outside Japan, we have toned down the difficulty of the game and added a tutorial. Sure, fine. Why not, I guess. But don't worry, veterans, we will be releasing a unique version of the patch on all Japanese servers to keep many of the same mechanics you love. These patch notes are for the international version. For those playing on the Japanese servers, click here. I probably should, but since this is supposed to be inclusive to everyone, we'll just do the generic changes that anyone who might be new to the series would be playing under. I'll have to go through the Japanese ones probably exclusively afterwards to see what they changed to help keep the difficulty up or whatever they're doing there. To everyone else, welcome to Fire Emblem 7.0. Blazing Blade. The story of this patch will take place on the continent of Elebe 20 years before the events of the Binding Blade, following Eliwood, Hector, and Lyn as they track down Eliwood's lost father and uncover a sinister plot that threatens the stability of the continent. Okay, cool. So, prequel patch. That could be fun. I know other games have done prequel stuff before in the past, so this should be okay. We'll see. We'll see. But here we go. On to the main event. General changes. All right. Weapon effectiveness changed from times 2 to times 3. Or no, from 3 to 2. What? Oh shit. They nerfed effective weapons? That's unfortunate. That could hurt. Weapon triangle effectiveness reduced from plus 15 hit and avoid to plus 10. Bonus damage is unchanged. That's fine, I guess. Admittedly, we all probably know that the hit and miss on the last patch were pretty atrocious. Like it was really easy to get low hits, really difficult to get really high hits. So yeah, this is probably for the best. A little tiny, you know, functionally the 5 hit and 5 avoid means that you're you're losing 5 to hit, but they're gaining 5 avoid on a weapon triangle. So, I mean, if you were at 70, 60, for example, that would mean that now both you, now that, wait, no, I'm stacking it wrong. So basically, what this did is it reduced. Did it reduce your hit or did it? Because if you had 70 hit before, now you're losing 5 hit, which is 65, and they're losing 10 avoid. That put them to 60, wouldn't it? No, they're losing 10 avoid. So it'd put yours back up. So it'd be back to 70. So if you were at 70 before, you would still be at 70. Okay, so your hit isn't really going to change a whole lot. Just I mean it's a plus 10 basically to no, it's plus 0. Wait. You have 70 hit, you lose 5, yeah, it's a net neutral functionally. It's just not going to have as big as swings. Why am I doing the math wrong? I'm doing the math. I know I'm doing the math wrong. Your hit 70. It drops by 5 to 65. Their avoid drops from... Oh wait, that's what I'm doing wrong. Because I'm giving both of them and the enemy weapon triangle advantage. No wonder, I'm a fucking idiot. Overall, this is a minor nerf. Minor nerf, you basically lose 5 hits. And then if they're using an effective weapon against you, you have 5 less, or you have 5. Yeah, if you're effective against them, you have 5 less to hit. If they're effective. Hold on, why am I blanking on this? Why can I not do this? What the fuck is wrong with me? So their avoid stat would be, say, 30. It would be 45 against effective weapon, but it's now 40. So that's less. And your hit dropped. So it's just a drop all around, isn't it? I can't do the math right now. I don't know why. I got too many other things on my mind or something. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but for whatever reason, I can't phrase it right. All right. Throne, terrain, avoid and defense bonus damage reduced from 33/3 to 20/2. Thank fucking Christ you could not hit anybody on a throne. This is huge. Fucking hell. And with the new hit avoid on top of that, that's actually worse. With the new hit avoid, actually makes it slightly worse because now your hit is going down by 5 using an effective weapon. Yes, this dropped by 10, but yeah, so this dropped by 10, so your 70 hit would go up to 80, and then it would drop down to 75 because of the hit thing. So it's nice, but it's not gonna. It's a nice change. It's a great change. It's a necessary change, but it's functionally only assuming you're using an effective weapon. Assuming you're using an effective weapon, this is only a +5 to hit. It's nice. It's good. I'm not knocking it, but anyways. Characters no longer have more than one weapon skill. Wait, can no longer have more than one weapon skill at S rank. However, S rank now grants a +5 to hit and crit with the weapon type. Okay, that's cool. Probably fair. What was the advantage to having S rank before? I guess it was for S rank weapons. You could use multiple different S rank weapons in the last patch. So now you can only use one S rank weapon rather than multiple different types, but you get 5 hit and crit, which that's nice. Crit's kind of cool. It's a nice little buff, I guess, but kind of unfortunate too that you can't do that. Reduce Swordmaster and Berserker passive crit from +30 to +. Whoa, that is a fucking nerf. Swordmaster's just got pummeled by that nerf hammer. Holy shit. 15 hit or 15 crit off of them. That sucks. I guess we'll see how they fare. Maybe they compensate somewhere else. We'll see. Maybe they get more strength. I don't know. Reduce support point requirements to unlock new support conversations. That's actually really nice. A lot of people I know want to do a lot of the support stuff, and the supports were insanely hard to unlock. They just took so damn long. So reducing that is nice. It makes it a little easier to unlock the supports. Thieves now require a higher speed stat than their opponent in order to perform the steal action. That's actually a cool balance. Unfortunate, it's a nerf. Huge nerf to thieves, but a nice little way to balance them. Because now you can't just have like your level 1 thief go steal from, a level like 20 enemy who's going to vastly outspeed them. So you might have to actually train your thief just a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but you might have to put a few levels into your thief now just to ensure that they're fast enough to actually steal. That's a neat little balancing trick, I guess. That's fine. Nerf, but I like it. Devil Axe backfire rate reworked from curse chance equals 21 minus level to minimum of 1 to curse chance equals 31 minus luck. Okay, so still basically the best you can do is reduce it down to a 1% chance, but now you need a really high luck stat to compensate for it. Seems fair, I guess. Nerf overall, but fair. Staff accuracy. I thought staff said 100 accuracy, but all right. Accuracy from 30 plus. Oh, this is long range staff like Berserk and stuff. Got it. Duh, that makes more sense. Staff accuracy changed from accuracy equals 30 plus magic minus enemy res times 6 plus skill minus distance 22. Accuracy equals resistance times 5 plus distance from enemy times 2. I mean, it's a simpler formula to understand. I don't know how much that changes the accuracy. Let's just plug in a few random numbers real quick, see what we got here. So you got a magic of, let's say, 10 ET. Enemy's resistance is 5. Mechanics AC is 5. Times 6 is 30 plus... so yeah, so 30 plus 30 is 60. Plus skill, we'll plug in 10 for the sake of argument, is 70. Minus distance from the enemy. So yeah, that's fairly accurate. And then if we leave everything the same, which is the enemy resistance was 5, so 5 times 5 is 25, plus distance from enemy, which would change that. Sounds like a huge nerf if you're just plugging in those random variables I did. Staff feels like they're not going to hit anything anymore. Oh wait, no, it's not enemy. This is your resistance. So your resistance. So maybe if you had 10 resistance, we'll say, then you have 50. Still seems really. This seems like a huge nerf to long range staves. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but it seems like an absolutely huge nerf. I don't know. I'm trying to do some more math in my head, but it looks like a nerf. I'm gonna call it a nerf, and you guys can correct me in the comments. Weapon rank experience requirements reworked from 1, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50 to a total of 251 to 1, 30, 40, 50. Okay, that's kind of a neat little thing to do, I guess, spread. So you can level up your weapon ranks faster earlier, which is huge, because getting to, like, what would this... I'm assuming this is the base rank, so this would be... D, C, B, A, S, right? That looks like about right. So getting to D, C, B, yeah, it takes just as long to get to S, but you'll get to, like, B rank, for example. You get to every rank faster, except for A and S will take a little bit longer. But the total amount of time it takes is the exact same. That's kind of, I like that. That's a nice little way to help balance. It means that you can, because there's a lot of characters, if you guys remember, you probably do, where you want to just get them to, like, say, D rank or something, D, maybe C rank, so they can use a specific weapon, whether it's a killer weapon or maybe an effective weapon. And now you can do that a lot faster, and you don't have to commit as much to getting that those weapons that you want them to be able to use. And you can just, at that point, you can just kind of let them go, scale up as they need to. But this is nice. I like that. That's a good idea. Well done. Added Assassin class. Promotion class for thieves, level 10 or higher, requires fell contract. Nice. So now that's another thing to promote training your thieves, which we saw up here where you need that higher speed stat. So this is nice. So a little bit more incentive to train your thieves up. All right, that's fair. That's fair. We'll see how good the class is. Assuming it does everything the thief does, but just has promotion bonuses, that seems like it wouldn't be terrible. Seems like it'd be okay, I guess. I don't know. Added weather effects. Certain maps now have weather, rain or snow, that can hinder some units' movement until the weather stops. I don't know how I feel about that. Depending on how they implemented this could be interesting. But if it's implemented poorly, it feels like it's just going to be it feels like it's just going to get in the way. This is another one we'll kind of have to wait and see. I'm not going to make any comment whether I think it's a good or bad thing, because it could easily go either way. Added Tactician. At the beginning of the game, you will be able to create a special unit called the Tactician. This character cannot help in combat, but does grant bonuses to your other characters throughout the game. Okay, that's a little vague, but it sounds like you just get an extra unit. Do they count as a unit slot, or are they just like are we going like Advanced Wars sort of what do you call it, like a comm tower? Was that shit? What was it? I think it was comm tower, right? Was one that granted the bonus attack to everything. I mean this seems like it could work. It's kind of like a dancer, another unit that can't really fight, but just kind of you know maybe grants like say plus I don't know what does it say? Especially if it helps grants bonuses to the character throughout the game. So like, is it like a special? Did dancers? Well, it didn't say it promoted to tactician. Dancers promote that doesn't even make sense. But I don't know how this is gonna work. It's very vague, and I guess we'll see when the game come or when we start playing. I really don't know to how to interpret that. All right, let's see what we got. Items added Iron Rune. While in a character's inventory, prevents enemies from landing critical hits. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. Phila's Might raises an ally's attack by 10 for one turn. That sounds really good. Um, that sounds really good. Seems like it'd be good. I kind of want to use that one. Ninnis Grace raises an ally's defense and resistance by 10 for one. So, okay, so these all just raise different stats by 10 for one turn. Ooh, that crit one's kind of nice. It could help your Swordmasters compensate for their minus 15 that they took. I think this one's probably the best. This one's got some value because you could, if you ever got in a tight spot, you could just throw this on somebody and have them tank for one whole round. This seems like these are pretty good items. Are they one use? They're probably one use, aren't they? You probably just get like a handful of these over the course of the game, and you can just pop them on a turn where you need the effects. If that's the case, though, then this one, you get 10 attack, but you're only going to be able to use it for enemies that attack you on the enemy phase. It still work. It just means that you don't get to attack on your turn when you use the item. I don't know. This seems good. I don't want to knock these. They all seem like they have some value to them. So getting a handful of these throughout the course of the game, that'd be nice. That could really help, I think. Ethos drops. Permanently raises all of users' growth rates by 5%. Damn, do we get multiple of these? That's not terrible. I doubt they're nice enough to give you too many, but like, holy shit, there'd be some units that you could just turn into monsters if you if they have someone that's the equivalent of Milady, like you could just drop a whole bunch of these on her, just fucking cruise. That seems like it's pretty good. Seems okay. I mean, I like it. Added mine, stops movement and deals 10 damage to the unit that steps on it. Oh shit, we have landmines. Stops movement though and deals 10. This seems like it has some use. I think you could find a spot or two where this might come in handy. Maybe. I mean, the 10 damage isn't negligible by any means. The stops movement's definitely the more impressive one, honestly. But this seems okay. Do enemies use them though? Because if enemies are using these, this could add a degree of strategy to the game as enemies start trying to use these. Added Light Rune. Temporarily makes a tile adjacent to the user untraversable. Untraversable for everyone? Like flyers are even stop by it? If so, maybe there's a little bit of value to that. If it doesn't stop flyers, then this is kind of just okay. If it stops flyers, it's a lot better. Temporarily makes tile untraversable. So you can force enemies into a choke point with it. I guess there's some value to it. You could probably tactically use this. Seems alright, I guess. Lockpicks, use is reduced from 30 to 15. Okay, that's a huge nerf. Then again, if they give you as many lockpicks in this patch as they did in the last one, then you're going to be absolutely fine, because in the last one we were rolling in lockpicks. Added Earth Seal allows any unit, excluding thieves / lords, level 10 or higher to promote. Okay, so just a generic promotion unit. Heaven Seal allows a lord level 10 or higher to promote. Oh my god, are they actually letting you promote your lord early? You don't have to wait until right at the end of the game to do it? That's fucking fantastic. I love this idea. Finally, you don't have to wait forever. Alright, cool. As long as you get it early. I suppose they could still give you the item really late. But assuming they give you the item at a reasonable time, this is finally going to allow you to promote your lord before they fall off the face of the earth and aren't really that valuable. Added fell contract. Oh yeah, the thief one. That's right, we talked about. So wait, is that... I didn't see them remove any items. Are the other, like... Are the Knight's Crest and such still in there? Or did they just turn everything into Earth Seal, except for this Fell contract and this Heaven Seal? I don't know. I didn't see them... I didn't say they removed any of the other promotion items, so I'm assuming they're still in the game. I guess we'll see. Still, I mean, that's kind of cool. I like all these, like the idea. Again, the incentive to actually, use your thieves in combat's a nice one. Got to appreciate that, because before they just kind of ran around and unlocked stuff, stealing occasionally. Weapons. Removed Al's sword. Fine, I guess. It's kind of decent sword, but whatever. Slim sword hit up by 5. Iron sword hit up by 5. Okay, so we're fixing some of the accuracy, it looks like. It'll help to these +5 bonuses like this are only really going to compensate for the -5 that you're taking on the effectiveness, although 5 in general is always valuable, so can't knock it. Added Emblem Blade. Rank E, Might 5, 90 hit, so it's on par kind of with the Iron Sword. 60 uses, though, holy shit. That's cool. Requires subscription to Mario Kart Double Dash. Of course, this is just them trying to push you paying monthly for 2 subscription services rather than just 1. Why not? Okay, fine, whatever. Just let Nintendo do their thing, I guess. Steel Sword hit up. Iron Blade hit up. Armor Slayer hit down. Ooh, they nerfed the Armor Slayer. Speaking of Armor Slayer nerf, it also took the effective weapon hit. That kind of sucks a little bit. It's got... I mean, the little 5 to hit isn't a huge deal. 80's still pretty good. It's kind of okay. It's fine. The real hit is the fact that it doesn't do triple damage anymore. Added Longsword. It's rank D. 85 hit. There we go. It's kind of compensating for that one, I guess, a little bit. Only 18 uses. That kind of sucks. But, oh yeah, that's why, because it's an effective weapon. So, less uses because it's ineffective. So, effective versus horseback. Fine. The Wodao crit from 40 to 35. Oh, crits are just getting nerfed all around the board, aren't they? Steel Blade actually took a hit penalty. That's like the first... Oh no, the Armor Slayer. Not many taking hit penalty. Killing Edge also taking a penalty to hit. Worm Slayer might was reduced, and its hit is increased. Not really a good compensation, but seems fine. Actually, this seems really bad, because this was functionally 30 damage in the last patch. Now it's 14. This thing lost 16 effective might. Seems really garbage now. Seems really garbage. And just in comparison of that now, just thinking about the Armor Slayer and this new Longsword, the Longsword's functionally 12 might. Seems really bad, actually. Kind of seems like they suck. Lance Reaver, reduced accuracy. Brave Sword, reduced accuracy. Added Wind Sword. Rank B. Range 1, 2. Oh, sweet. Another... So, like a light brand, I would guess, but still requires... Okay, another... Okay, so they got a whole bunch of these. Like, please play our other game as well. You can clearly afford 2 monthly subscriptions. Fuck you. Silver Sword. Hit reduced. Fine. Oh no, hit increased. That's actually, never mind, that's pretty good. Silver Blade, hit increased. Cool. Ruined Sword, hit increased. Added Regal Blade, S rank, Might of 20. There we go. That's kind of shit we want to see. I mean, it's S rank, but hit 85, solid. 25 uses, 1 range, yeah, cool. Durandal, rank change to proficient. Crit from 5 to 0. Weight from... Jesus Christ, what did they... Did between this game, or between this patch and the last, did they shave a bunch of steel off of the Durandal? Like, it's too heavy, shave a bunch of it off. Gives +5 strength, good, still effective versus dragons, but the double damage seems like it's not that impressive. Ellawood only. Oh, it's a unique, so that's what. So it's personalized to Ellawood, or that was one of the lords that they were talking about before. That's fine, I guess. This new Regal Blade, I guess, is the one you'll be passing around from character to character, but it doesn't have the effective damage. So they're just trying to nerf some of the dragon slaying weapons, I guess, so that not anyone can just be a dragon slayer. Only certain characters can be dragon slayers now. That's probably fine. Might actually make some of the other characters more standoutish if, like, suddenly they're the only ones who can really slay dragons. That might work out. We'll see. Rapier, change to proficiency. Wasn't it proficient before? I don't remember. Might increased. Hey, there we go. Uses up to 40. Nice. Still effective versus armor and horses. It's Ellawood exclusive, so just like it was for Roy before. Holy shit, I just remembered. That's right. In the last patch, you did meet Ella. Ellawood was Roy's father. No shit. Okay. I don't know why it took me this long to figure it out. No, fuck. So Ellawood, you're playing as... Or this one follows Roy's father. Got it. Ha. I'm an idiot. Fucking laugh at me. My bad. So, anyways, the added Manicotti. Rank, fuck, I was going to say professional. It's not professional. Proficiency, or whatever that is. I don't know. 8, pretty solid. AD is okay. Crit is 20, nice. There we go. 1 range, 45 use. Effective versus armor and horses. Lynn only. Lynn... One of the that's right. She was one of the lords, wasn't she? Listed up here. Ellawood Hector. Yeah, okay, so she's one of the lords. So they just have 3 sword lords. Added Soul Kadi. Rank preferred. I don't fucking know what that's supposed to be short for, but might of 12, 95 hit, solid, 25 crit, cool. Weight really fucking heavy. Uses 30, res +5. I guess you may as well throw that in there. Effective versus dragons. Okay, so the lords are dragon slayers. So is that what they're doing? That's actually kind of interesting. So you can't just make any of your characters go around and kill Manichites just because they're good with weapons. Now the lords are really good at killing dragon. That's bad in terms of just... It's unfortunate you can no longer use anyone to kill dragons efficiently. But the idea that your lords are the only ones going to be killing Manichites around, like, at least it gives them a little bit something to do, something that's kind of uniquely theirs. The lords get to be the ones to, like whenever a Manichite's around, just like, I guess I have to find a way to effectively get like Ellawood or Lynn here, like, to get one of those 2 or 3, who's that one? Hector, to get one of those 3 effectively into range of the dragon. Like, it adds a little bit of tactical thought to the game. It's not great, again, because it's taking away your ability to just have anyone do it, but it does put a little more emphasis on your lords to make them feel a little bit more standoutish, so I can kind of appreciate that. Lances, removed Gant Lance, removed Maltet. Wait, that's a dragon slaying weapon. Why did that get removed? That's unfortunate. Okay, so now I'm even more convinced that only the lords are going to be able to kill Manichites efficiently. Because they're taking away Dragon Slaying weapons. Slim Lance, so much more, bunch of accuracy, increase. Holy shit, this one got 10 on the Javelin. That's nice. That's really nice. Added Emblem Lance. Yeah, that's my cartel. Okay. Fuck these subscription-based fucking pay-to-win shit. Poison Lance increased. Yeah, Heavy Spear. What is this? D970. Effective versus armor. Okay, so another effective weapon. 18 power seems a little weak, but I guess in fairness, I shouldn't knock it until we play it. But 18 seems really low for an effective weapon. Again, just look at that. Wormslayer used to be 30. And now, like that, if you use that, for example, just as your base, you can kind of compare everything else. Like 18 is fine, I guess, but it doesn't seem that impressive. Horse Slayer, oh my god, the Horse Slayer used to be 33. Look at that. And now it's 14. Oh my god, the effective weapons are trash now. Oh, I hope I might have to keep playing on Japanese servers, guys. I don't know if I can play on this international version. This is going to feel so weird. Hopefully they didn't change too much on the hopefully like maybe they nerfed the weapons still. Like if this went from 11 to 7 in the Japanese servers, but they kept the ×3, that just means it drops from 33 damage effectively to 24 or 21, which a 12 damage drop is significant, but 21 damage, I mean, seems, I don't know. It seems like this is a huge nerf overall. Maybe that's just what they're trying to do, is nerf all the effective weapons in general. Maybe they thought they were too powerful. I mean, clearly they thought they were too powerful, but I mean, like, clearly they thought they were way too powerful. Added short spear. C. Okay, so, 1, 2. So this is a new javelin, like upgrade javelin. Hits a little bit worse, damage is a little bit better. Seems fine. 18 uses. It's not effective, it just has 18 uses. Okay, fine. Killer Lance, hit reduced. Axe Reaver, hit reduced. Silver Lance, hit increased by 10. Nice. Spear got stronger and more accurate. Okay, Spear got a lot better. That's nice. Added Rex Hosta. S rank 20. Okay, so there's just the new S rank Lance because they took the Maltet away and it doesn't have effective dragon use. Okay, fine. Be that way. Iron Axe, hit increased by 10. Nice. Emblem Axe, stupid Mario Kart. 50 increase. Bunch of hit increases. I'll try and go slow if you guys want to read over the hit increases, but basically the hits increase by about 10 to 5, give or take. Ooh, 15, actually, speak of the devil. 15 hit on the Steel Axe. 65 still a little bit low, but a hell of a lot better than 50. Hammer might... Oh, shit. Hammer actually went up. They actually buffed the hammer. They buffed an effective weapon. I mean, they... In total, it's not that much of a buff, because 8 effective damage used to be 24. Now it would be 20. And the hit went up... Oh, shit. The hit went up by 10. Actually, Hammer did all right. Hammer did just fine. It actually survived the ban hammer, or the ban hammer. It survived the nerf hammer, or the nerf bat. It did pretty good against that. It lost 4 effective might at the cost of 10 accuracy. That's not the worst case scenario. Hammer actually looks like it might still be okay. Halberd hit was also increased by 10, but it didn't lose its might. It just lost the effective might by... What's the hell? Was the Halberd... I want to say it's 8 as well, wasn't it? Like the hammer, was it 9? It was 8 or 9, I think. If it was 8, then it just dropped 8 effective might for 10 hit, which that's not so great, but still, hit's nice. Ooh, Dragon Axe. Okay, so like a Wormslayer for axes, maybe? I like it. Like it might have 10, so it's 20 instead of what the Wormslayer's 30 was. But again, effective weapons seem to be getting the shaft this patch. Effective versus dragons and required. Fuck you, Mario Kart. I'm almost tempted to not subscribe to Mario Kart just because this game keeps asking me to. Sword Reaver reduced. Added Sword Slayer. Might 1165 hits. Reverses the weapon triangle. Doubles weapon triangle. Effectiveness. Effective versus mercenaries, heroes, mercenaries, and swordmasters. Interesting. Reverses weapon triangle and doubles the effectiveness. So you'd get plus 2 damage, and you'd get plus 20 to hit. So using this against a sword user would give you 85 functional to hit, and I don't know when the might gets added in. Does the weapon triangle might get added in last? I forgot the formula there. If it gets added in last, then it's just 22 plus 2 would be 24. But if it gets added in first, then it would be 26. See, the 24, 26 damage then. Or might, not damage, but 24 to 26 might seems pretty good for 85 hits. Seems like it's a pretty decent weapon. Great way to get around mercenaries, heroes, and myrmidons and swordmasters as the axe users who are generally not that accurate. This is a great way to compensate. Brave Axe hit was increased. Silver Axe hit was drastically increased. More increases to hit. Added Basilicos. Rank S. Oh, okay. S rank Axe. 75 hits. It's fine. It's a little low, but it's fine. It's manageable. Added Wolfbale. Proficient, 10 might, 30 uses. I guess. I don't know. It feels like there's something that I'm missing there, but whatever. Rank change to... Oh, wait. Yeah, Armeds. Yeah. Rank change to proficient. Hit increased by 10. Weight increased by 5. Uses increased by 5. Grants plus 5 defense. Hector only and effective. Okay, so yeah. And confirmed. Hold on real quick. Yeah, Merlin. Okay, so they have removed all the dragon slaying weapons, and they've just made it so that your lords can slay dragons, which, like I said, it's kind of a neat idea. I guess it puts more emphasis on the lords because now they're the only ones who can run around killing Manichites. So it makes them feel a little bit more powerful. That's probably more for story purposes, I guess. That's fine. Seems like it's okay. Glad this sucks overall, but it'll work. Bow, yep, removed. Iron bow, more hit increases. I don't even care because it says subscription to Mario Kart, so I don't even care what that one says. Hit increase, hit increase. Lots of hits increase. Everything's just getting buffed for there to hit. A little nerf to the killer bow, little nerf to the brave bow. Added Rhinefletch. S rank bow seems fine. Bows are decent enough, I guess. Or at least they were in the last patch. Anima. Fire hit reduced. Holy shit. Something actually got nerfed in this patch? I mean, besides effective weapons? Holy shit. They got really heavy, too. You have now 1 tome weighs the same as 4. Or no, 4. 1 tome weighs... Yeah, 1 tome weighs the same as 4 now. Apparently, they didn't have... like their writers in 20 years prior to Roy's time didn't know how to write tiny, so they just wrote giant letters across the page, and now all the books are 4 times longer. Uses went up. That's kind of cool, though. Thunder, might increased. Weight increased. Yeah. Uses. All right, so aside from fire getting a little bit of a nerf, everything else is getting buffed, minus this weight. Everything's getting fatter. All these books are just getting heavier and heavier. Bolting changed to B rank. Okay, so you have to put a little bit more work in to get your long-range magic. That's fine. It's a little bit more of a reward rather than just something that your mages can kind of just do. Hit was reduced. Weight increased a little bit. Weight drastically increased. Uses got a little bit more for Fimbulver. or Fimbulvetter. Fimbulvetter? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce Danish words very well. Air Caliber, renamed Excalibur. Might rank change to S. Might increase by 10. But it lost its efficiency, it looks like. So it's no longer effective versus flying units, which I guess explains why they allowed it to go all the way to 18, because 36 effective would be the new high for effective weapons otherwise. Hit was increased, crit was reduced, weight, this thing's holy shit. And its uses were up. Alright, fine. 4 Blaze. Rank changed to proficient, weight from 6 to 11. Wait, 4 Blaze, that's a Dragon Slaying weapon. Do we get a is there a Lord? Can you magic? Doesn't say anything exclusive. Maybe they let your magic users kill Manichites, which is fine. Doesn't say effective versus dragons, but it's still 4 Blaze, right? So it should be. Light. Nerf, buff. Nerf, buff. Overall, lightning's a little bit nerfed, but they tried to compensate with the hit a little bit and the uses, but lightning looks kind of trash now. It wasn't that great to begin with, but it's somehow even worse. Added shine, rank D tome. Hey, look at that. Light actually has a D rank tome now. Still got tiny ass might, but it's magic, so it kind of compensates just for being magic. 90 hits, really good though. A little bit of crit on there, so they kind of just took the lightning, they reduced everything about it to make it a little bit weaker, and then basically turned shine here into what lightning used to be. That seemed okay. That's probably fine. It's a little bit better than lightning used to be, but it's functionally the same tome lightning used to be, except much better hit. That's fine. Divine was nerfed across the board. Purge changed to B. So once again, they're making you actually have to work for your long-range spellcasting. It's fine. Hit was increased. Crit was reduced. Weight to 20? Holy fuck. Did they give you an entire library to carry on your back? How the hell does this thing weigh 20? Aura. It's an A-rank tome. Seems okay. Nice little bit of crit on there. Weight is insanely fucking heavy, though, so... don't expect to be doubling with this anytime soon. Added loose, or louse, loose? Luce? Added this. S rank, 16 might... 95. Okay, so basically just aura, slightly better aura. Weighs just a tiny bit more. And has more uses. That's kind of nice. Areola. Hey, another Dragon Slaying. So you're... Ooh, is that what they did? That would be really cool. I'm just thinking about this now. I didn't even read this here. Weight from 9 to 14. Added effective damage versus Dark Druids. The fuck is a Dark Druid? Probably find out later. Is that what they did, though? I'm wondering? Because, like, 4 Blaze is still here. Oh, they removed Apocalypse. Never mind. I was going to say, did they add Apocalypse? It was like, did they let, like Ellawood is whatever he was using rapier. So swords and anima. Lyn, I don't know. I guess we're just jumping. Like, Lyn uses swords and light magic. I was going to say Hector uses axes and dark magic. And so that they can dragon slay with either magic or that would have been an interesting little addition. But apparently they're not doing that because Apocalypse has been removed. At which point I'm not sure what Areola and 4 Blaze are for, because those are dragon slaying weapons. So your light magic and your light magic and anima magic users could still slay Manichites, but not your druids for some reason, or dark druids, or whatever the fuck this is. Let's move on though. We're getting close to the end here. Well, at least of the weapons. There's a lot left to go looking at the thing here, but we're almost done with the items and weapons. Removed Apocalypse, nerf all across the entire board, except for uses. On Flux, Nosferatu weighs as much as 2 books, actually a little bit more than 2 books. Added Luna, rank A. Interesting. All right. Hit 95. Hey, it actually has good accuracy. Crit 20. Solid. So, oh, it's a crit dark magic. Got it. With might 0. So you are basically relying 100% on just critting these guys, apparently. Negates enemy's risk. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a killing weapon for dark magic. But you don't get any might. Instead, you just negate the enemy's resistance. That seems pretty good. That seems really good, actually. I kind of like that. I think that'll work. Unless the enemy's got it, then you're kind of fucked. I don't know if I like it so much anymore. We'll see. It seems like it's a pretty useful tome. It depends on if you get to use it, or if it's like one of those enemies don't drop it, and you don't pick one up type of thing. That'd be. Ugh. Eclipse hit drastically increased. Great. Weight slightly increased, but whatever. Now halves target's current health instead of reducing it to 1. Halves target's current health, so it's non-lethal. It was non-lethal before, but now you can't just like set up kills with. I say set up kills. You couldn't really set up kills with a 10 accuracy weapon to begin with. I don't even know. This 30 seems too low to really make much of a difference either. I still think this looks like crap. I still don't think you'd ever use this for much. Fenrir was buffed. Nerfed in the weight department. Holy fuck. These things are heavier than weapons. There are axes that weigh less than some of these fucking tomes. These are books. Holy shit. Why are they so heavy? Added Gespenst, something like that. Rank S 23, weighs more than a fucking truck. Yeah, S rank weapons, fine. Added Ereshkigal. Fucking hell. Ereshkigal. I don't know where I'm supposed to hyphen like Ereshkigal. I'm gonna go with Ereshkigal. Rojko, why not? Rank doesn't have a rank apparently. Might 20, hit 95. Weight actually somewhat almost reasonable compared to a lot of these other ones. Range 1, 2 uses infinite. What? What is this tome? I want this. I don't know how you'd use it. I guess it doesn't have a rank. What is this? No rank, infinite uses? Like, what? Infinite rank? What is this tome? So curious. Seems decent aside from its weight, though. It's pretty good. Staves. Remove Tina staff. Remove Saint staff. So there's no S rank staff anymore, unless they just changed it, I guess, in fairness. Torch. Range from 1 to 1 minus magic divided by 1. Oh wait, I bet it's 1 2 magic divided by. Okay, so it's range of 1 or your magic divided by. Okay, so it's just Torch has a range now. Got it. That's nice. That's really cool, actually. You don't have to run your healer or other staff bot right into the middle of the fray to get a torch off. Unlock. Uses from 3 to 10. Holy shit. You don't use unlock staffs so frequently that this is going to make a difference, but it's a nice little touch because 3 uses is really kind of trash. And there's definitely uses for an unlock staff. So this is cool. That's a nice little buff. Range from 1 to magic to 1. Okay, so physics got nerfed. Sleep. Okay, oh my god, all these are the exact same. So everything just got nerfed. Everything lost magic as its max range and became magic divided by 2. Stabs are much, much, much shorter in range now. That's unfortunate. Except for Warp? I don't see Warp on here. Does Warp retain its range from before? That's pretty cool. Okay, so Warp still looks like it's pretty valuable. Everything else, you're going to be a lot closer than you used to be. That could cause some new tactical plays, as you have to try and keep your healers a little safer now, because they'll have to be closer to the front lines. Giant nerf, but it does add to a more tactical play style to a tactics game, so I can't hate it. I just don't like it. Oh, here we go. So here's characters. So here's Ella Wood. There we go. Looking much younger now. Doesn't even have his beard yet. All right, Ella Wood. Class, Lord. Constitution 7-5. Anima. Pretty garbage to your starting stats. I can see where your son got them. Although the speed's not terrible at 7. That seems pretty good. Growths are... Holy shit, these are actually pretty solid growths, honestly. Nothing, like, abysmally low. Nothing extravagantly high. This is... He looks fine. He looks like he'd do okay. Maybe not be great, but it looks like he'd be okay. I think he's usable. Seems okay. Alright, here's Hector, also missing his beard. Holy shit. Guys, he is huge. He's 7'6" to his 13'12". He's a thick motherfucker. You don't just pick up Hector. Hector picks up you. Okay, 19 HP. Okay, he got some nice defense to compensate for his kind of abysmal speed. Kind of looks like an armor knight almost. Pretty solid resistance growth, you know. Defense growths in general, like the defense and resistance tend to be pretty low. But he's got pretty solid growths, actually. It's not terrible. Speed's a little low, and it's already lacking, so he's probably not gonna double too frequently. Looks like he'll hit pretty hard, though. He's definitely gonna survive. Like 8 defense with a 50% growth and 19 HP with a 90% growth. Like he's gonna be able to tank really well. And he should hit pretty hard. And I'm guessing you're the character they've been referring to as Lyn. So Lyn, also a lord. Very small, unlike Hector. What the fuck is all this? 1/4, 16/18. What is all this? Stats will vary if you play the tutorial. What the fuck does that mean? Well, I mean, I know what stats will vary, but... So if you play the tutorial... She starts level... I feel like I'm missing something here. Level 1/4. Stats will vary if you play the tutorial. So if you play the tutorial, she starts at level 1. Or she starts at level 4 in the tutorial. I guess I'm misinterpreting something. I'm misunderstanding something here. Disregarding all of this, her HP seems a little weak. Her strength seems a little weak. Speed's insanely fucking high, which is kind of nice. And her defenses are really low. Her stats are not the most impressive. Growth's also not the most impressive. 40 strength is kind of iffy. It's okay, I guess. Nothing like terrible. But it's so low at the base, that's kind of unfortunate. 60 speed and skill is cool, I guess. You'd be really fast, not gonna have a hard time hitting anything. You're never gonna defend yourself from, like, if you get hit, she's basically she is basically paper mache. If anything, a stiff gust of wind could kill her. But seems like it might be kind of okay. I don't know what all this 1/16/. I don't know what all these slashes are gonna infer, but she kills dragons, I guess, and high speed versus dragons is actually not such a huge boon because dragons' accuracies are huge. So she'll double them, but it's not hard to double a Manakite. And I don't think she's going to be evasive enough to truly avoid them. The Manikites have insane accuracy. So I don't know if this is going to work out so well. It's a nice idea. My guess is it's supposed to be a guaranteed double your Manakite with a high evasion chance, but Manikites have such, like, the Dragonstones grant such a huge accuracy buff. It's so hard to dodge them. I don't think even Lyn here is going to be effectively able to dodge them. Not reliably enough where it's worth your time. Although, speaking of dragon slaying, that's right, Hector probably does fine. He'll struggle to double the Manikites, but he can actually tank them, which is something very few characters are able to do. And then Ellawood, defense and HP wise, he can survive a hit. He can survive a hit. What do we got here? This is new. Matthew, Thief. Okay. Let's take a quick look at him here. Yeah, it's kind of cool looking. Matthew, Thief, so solid con, aid, I guess. Those aids low, actually. So con's fine. Yeah, kind of looks like a thief. Low strength, high speed, low defense, moderate to fine HP. I mean, he's a thief. I guess I don't know how the assassin promotion will help him, but maybe his strength is so low. I don't even know if you want to bother training him. Again, though, you might have to because you need speed now to steal things. Thankfully, he's very reliably going to get that speed, so there's an argument to me said for training him only because you might need that speed. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you need to, like, put a whole lot of work into it. 11 speed's pretty solid, but if you're going to be fighting enemies with that have, like, 17, 18 speed, he's going to need a little bit of... You're going to need to put a little bit of training into him to actually steal from some of the higher level enemies. Strength is just so low. I don't know. Unless the assassin class gives, like, a +3 or 4 strength gain, I don't know if that's worth promoting him. Then again, he might need the speed. I don't know. We'll see. What do we got here? Name Knight. Class Knight. I have a feeling that was a typo. So congratulations, Knight the Knight. Looks like a knight. Level 9, though. He actually comes in at a really high level. That's cool. Solid defense. Grows pretty reasonably. Strength starts out high. The growth is a little iffy, but it starts out high enough where he can compensate. Speed, standard knight. He can't move to save his life. He's a knight. He's an armor knight. He'll do his job just fine, probably. Well, actually, with the new effective weapon, like, he probably does a pretty damn good job, actually, just standing there and not dying. That's about all he's gonna do, but that's about all he needs to do. We got here. We got Sarah. I'm gonna go Sarah. So Sarah is a cleric. Standard cleric, low HP, high res, low defense. Magic's a little wimpy there, but 50% growth can help to compensate. Unfortunately, a 50-50 shot every time you level up does not guarantee anything. But looks like she could do all right. Speed starts out fairly high. 40% growth is pretty decent. Actually, a lot of these growths seem really high, actually. Like, not just for her, but like... Yeah, Osmond's got... Osmond. Yeah, all these growths, they seem pretty good. What's the next one down here? Hey, Marcus, he's back. Marcus, and he's still a paladin. 20 years before that, the events of patch 6, he was still a paladin, apparently. And still level 1. I feel like this was a missed opportunity. I feel like you could have made him a Cavalier and had someone else take the... and someone else be the early game paladin. But I mean, he was grizzled as hell in the last game, in the last patch. So I suppose making him even 20 years younger, he would still be kind of a, you know, full grown, fully trained knight. So I don't know. I think it could have been cool though if you made him a cav, so that you can watch him like grow and promote, and then he starts the next game. Or the in theory he would have been the paladin when you started patch. I mean, it could have worked out. Either way, level 1, he's got HP, he's got strength, he's got really low speed. Well, not really low. Admittedly, this is pretty decent speed, but it's lower than you'd probably like it to be. Defense is fine. Resistance really good. The growth, his defense growth is fucking trash. Resistance is actually going to be fine. Speed's a little very low. So your standard early game pre-promote, really solid, really good base stats, but his growths really aren't going to support him. 15 strength though is pretty good. If you could tick up this speed stat a few times, like if you get lucky on your speed growths, he could hold his own. But I don't think he's going to go all the way. He's going to be really good early in the game, as he should be, and slowly start to fall off, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Use him when he's good, and bench him when he's just not carrying his weight anymore. Seems good. Seems good. Oh, here we go. Here's our Cavalier, or one of them. Hey, wait a minute. You're not wearing green and red armor. What kind of a cav are you? This Lowen not wearing green or red armor. The fuck is wrong with you? Starts level 2, comes in with 23 HP, pretty good. 7 strength, 5 skill, 7 speed, 3 luck, 7 defense, 0 res. That's a really good defense growth, though. 30s across. He's got so many 30s. Holy shit. That's a little kind of iffy, honestly. Like 7 strength is fine for a level 2 unit. Depending, I mean, I'm assuming he joins early. Like 7 strength is fine for like a level 2 unit, but 30% growth, that's he looks like he could lose, like his strength and speed look like they could fall off to the point where he might not be able to participate very well going into the mid and late game. Defense is really good. He can tank pretty well, but that strength and speed in comparison to his growth look a little iffy. I think he'd be fine, but I guess he seems a little... I'm a little on the fence. Like, I don't think he's going to be, like, fantastic, but he might be able to hold his own. Oh, of course. Here we go. Archer. Archer, how do you compare to Walt? That is the question. You look pretty much exactly like Walt. Okay, got it. So you are female Walt. Got it. So just probably don't use. But yeah, Rebecca. Probably just don't use Rebecca because it's just Walt, but a girl. Gender bent Walt. I mean, 60% speed growth. That's insanely high. It'd be easy for her to double. The problem is her strength is low with an iffy strength growth. So without a bunch of luck on your strength growth, she's not going to do a whole lot of damage. She's just going to tickle them twice rather than once. Seems kind of bad. What do we got here? Look at this motherfucker. What do we got? We got Dorcas. What a Dorcas. What a dumb name. This looks like the kind of guy who you'd put poison in his mutton. Dorcas. What do we got here? Level 3. Oh, he's a fighter. Kind of figured fighter, judging by his... Well, first of all, his axe, which looks more like a woodsman's axe than an actual battle axe, but whatever. Okay, yeah, standard fighter bullshit. Has a lot of HP, will get more, has moderate, not even moderate, has low defense to not really compensate for it. Stupid. I mean, it's, actually, 6 speed's fine, but speed growth at 20 means that he's not going to see a whole lot of speed growth. And he hits like a truck. Yeah, standard fighter, probably not really worth putting too much investment into. Who the... Oh, Bartra. Hey, he's back and 20 years younger. Also a fighter now instead of a warrior, which is makes sense. Kind of like what they maybe should have thought about doing with Marcus. But hey, at least they did it with somebody. Same thing, though, as Dorcas up there. High HP. He's got a little bit better defense to help compensate. Little bit better, not like significantly better. Hits like a truck, can barely move to save his life. Probably not worth it. At least not too much investment. He probably has some value early in the game. Hopefully you get him early in the game. But probably not going to be good going into the later parts of the game. Unless you get some really lucky growths on, like, speed and defense maybe to help out. But I don't know. I don't know. He does not look the most impressive to me. What do we got here? We have Guy. I feel like that might also have been a... Did they just like this guy? We don't have a name for him. It's just this guy. And then they just went with it. Like, all right, fine. If he's this guy, he will be Guy. Guy the guy. Class Myrmidon. He's actually got decent HP. 21's not like horrible for level 3. 6 strength, it's kinda iffy. Speed is good as you might expect. Defense is 5 base defense isn't terrible, but it's never gonna improve, so it doesn't really matter. Looks like a Myrmidon. But unfortunately, once he promotes to Swordmaster, he only has 15 bonus crit rather than 30. So we'll see how that how he fares with the new Swordmaster nerfs. He might still be okay. I don't want to say he's bad, but we'll see. Swordmaster class changed. Holy shit! Even Merlinus is 20 years younger. Fast transporter, so he's still hanging around doing, I'm guessing, the exact same thing he was doing before, just moving your stuff around for you. 5, 18 HP. If you somehow manage to get him a level up, he's guaranteed to get at least 1 HP, just might by dumb luck proc a second one. 0 strength. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's Merlin. If you play, oh wait, that's right. There's a lot of new people who probably haven't played the patch. Okay, so for those of you who weren't playing on the Japanese servers of this game before it's now gone international here, so Merlin is, and the Transporter class is kind of unique in the sense that they don't actually fight. They just kind of hold on to all your items and shit for you so that you can switch out as need be on the fly. That's why he has 0 strength and doesn't gain any more. His other stats aren't a huge deal. I mean, like, woo, 100% luck doesn't matter. The defense is kind of cool if you manage to proc it, if you manage to level him up. But leveling him up isn't worth it because he doesn't fight. He doesn't fight back, I should say. And he actually, as you can see with, or you probably don't understand, but yeah, 18 HP is pretty low. So he dies, like, a lot. Don't put him into combat. The only good news is if he does die, he's the one unit who doesn't stay dead and will come back in the next map if you so choose. The problem is he costs a deployment slot, so there are some maps where you just don't want to deploy him because you just need other units more. But nevertheless, Merlinus is Merlinus. Pretty good to have around in the instances where you need him, so can't complain. The growths don't really matter. The stats don't really matter because he shouldn't, in theory, ever see combat because he doesn't really want to. Oh, here we go. We got a mage. We got our mage. Yep, we have Urk, the mage. Okay, so Sims in level 1, standard mage with low HP. It's kind of okay magic. Ooh, he's actually decently fast. 7 speed's not bad. And then, yeah, low defense, moderate resistance. He actually has really high speed growth, though, too. 65 HP is a little on the low side, but all these growths, though, like, look at this shit. All these growths are so much higher than they were in the last patch. So much higher. Which is fine, I guess. I'm not knocking the extra. It's just, it's going to be different. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. But if we take, say, what do we got? We get Urk here. If we take Urk and we compare him to, say, Lu. I want to say Lu had 55 HP. It might have been 60, actually. Lu's magic, I think, was also a 40% growth. Lu's skill, I want to say, was 30. Might be 35. Lu's speed was, I'm fairly confident Lu's speed was 40. Might have been 45, though. Again, I don't know all off the top of my head. Luck for Lu, I think, again, was like 30. Might have been 35. It could have been 40. It could have been anywhere from 30 to 40. Lu's defense, I'm pretty sure, was 15. Very confident in that guess. And I believe his res was 25. So, like, more or less 5. You can kind of see, like, this is basically Lu, but with, like, a roughly 5% increase on all of his stat gains. And even, like, looking at some of these other characters, like, these stat gains, like if you compare Guy here to what's in Rudger, he's got better speed. I think the strength are both the same, actually. I think they both have 30. The skill, I think, is a bit better. Like, and again, I'm not saying that every character should have the exact same growths as ones from the previous patch, but the overall is what I'm referring to. Like, the overall, like, the total, like, all of these added together is relatively greater than Rudger. All of these added together is a pretty sizable number over what Lu had. It feels that way, just looking at them. Maybe I'm doing the math wrong, but it feels like they're better. I guess power creep's a thing, huh? Alright, we got another staff user here. Priscilla Troubadour. Excellent. Troubadour's really good, but like having a mounted healer. And as with kind of all the other healers, the stats aren't a huge deal, although magic's a little bit more important than it was before because now they only get half their magic as added range, so 6 base magic seems fine. 40% growth is reasonable. Basically, he's not going to have a whole lot more than 16 HP. Going to have a huge res, 50% res. Yeah, it seems pretty good. It's a troubadour, so mounted staff always valuable. Stats look like they'll hold their own. Maybe not be fantastic, but they don't generally need to be because your staff users shouldn't generally be taking too much of a beating from the enemy. What do we got here? Oh, he's a cav. I was gonna say he was a mercenary because he didn't have a horse behind him. So Kent Cavalier. Hey, you're wearing red armor. You're doing it right. Good for you. 1/5. Okay, this is more of that weird ass shit. Stats will vary if you play the tutorial. Okay, so he's also available in the tutorial, apparently. And I don't know what this means. If you play the tutorial, he comes in at level 5. If you play the tutorial, he comes in at level 1. I don't know what they're trying to get at here. But if we use just like his level 1 to 5, like as a level 1, level 5, that's fine. Level 1, level 5 is pretty good actually. Level 1, level 5 is fine. Level 1, level 5 is fine. It's a little slow. A little bit slower than you'd like, but it's probably okay. Level 1, level 5, level 1, level 5. Level 5, yeah, he's got very all around like growths here. Like that's a reasonable kind of shaky strength. It's a pretty damn decent speed. I mean, that's reasonable strength. That's not really like low. It's a reasonable strength. It's pretty good speed. I mean, really high skill. But yeah, he's basically like an all around. Like he's just gonna have like fine stats. He's never gonna like excel in any one particular field unless you get really lucky on certain level ups. But he's gonna have basically enough to do a little bit of everything. He's gonna hit hard enough, hopefully. He's gonna be fast enough to double generally. Defense looks pretty fine. Like he'll be able to take a hit or two. He'll be like he looks like he's gonna be just fine, just not anything fantastic. So, looks fine. Oh look, hey, there's our green armor. So yeah, here's our other cav. Here's our green armor. Level 1/4. I think that's supposed to be like that, but someone screwed up in Excel. Haha, developer mistakes in the patch notes. What do you expect? That's what always happens. So he's also got the weird ass level ups that I don't really understand how they all work. But he hits really hard. Speed's a little on the low side, but he can kind of compensate. That's a pretty fine, like good enough speed growth to kind of compensate. It'll take him a while it'll take him either a little while or maybe a speed wing, but he should be able to double eventually. But he hits like a truck, which that's great because once he starts doubling, then you can just kind of kill everything. Defense looks pretty fine too. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with him. He looks like a pretty good unit. And he's a cav, which is by default giving him some bonus points. Oh, we got another archer. Or is he... Wait. He might not be archer. He's archer. I was going to say, this might be a sniper. This might be our equivalent to, like, Klein or something. But no, he's just an archer. Just an archer. Stats... Okay, so he's a tutorial unit as well. 2/4, huh? A little bit mild, but not like horrible HP. Strength is kind of it's fine, I guess. Skill, fine. Speed's really low, actually. Yeah, he does not look good. You look like yet another Walt of just your stats aren't that good in any one field, especially not the fields that matter, like strength or speed. Actually, 50% strength growth though. You could grow him into a pretty reasonable chip bot. I'm not really sure if that's worth it. I'm not really sure if putting a lot of experience into a guy whose primary goal is going to be to chip is worth it, because you can always use Marcus to get some good chip in. Doesn't look that impressive to me, sadly. Probably, I mean, technically, this is, I mean, anyone can be any unit is usable, but he does not look the most impressive. He looks good enough to be passable, if that makes sense. Like, nothing so low or so abysmally low, anyways, that it's just like, yeah, this is trash. But nothing stands out that really makes me think like, oh yeah, this guy's worth using. He looks just fine, I guess. Okay, here we go. Get our Pegasus Knight. These are usually pretty good, right? What do we got? We got Florina here. Pegasus Knight, stats level, okay, so another tutorial unit. Starts at level 1 or 3, however that works with the tutorial involvement, I don't fucking know. 17 to 18, yeah, standard low HP, but 60 growth is fine. To help compensate a little bit for that. Strength. Strength looks actually... Strength is fine. It's a little low, but 40 growth kind of compensates a little bit, kind of gives it up there. Speed of 9 with 55, though, that's what you want your Pegasus Knights for. They're going to be fast. They're going to double reliably. 4 defense is seems okay, actually, for level 1/3, although the growth is so low that you're not going to give up a lot. Res is, yeah, standard Pegasus Knight, a little bit higher res than most units with a better growth. Looks fine. Looks just fine. Definitely a very usable unit. I would argue, just looking at this, looks like a very usable unit. Plus it's a Pegasus Knight, so flying, you know, that's always huge. Oh, look at this guy. This is our Mercenary, right? He looks like, or a Swordmaster? Oh no, Mercenary. So one or the other. Mr. Raven here. His affinity's ice. I don't know why that's a joke. I mean, he looks like he's cold as ice, but I guess you could also say he looks hot-tempered, and maybe he should be... I don't know. Terrible joke. Ignore it. Let's move on. HP looks fine. Strength is pretty solid. Speed is insanely fucking high. Holy shit. And his growths are there to compensate, literally. Like, his strength is fine, but not great, but his growth is great, so it'll compensate. His speed is insanely good, and his growth is really good to just ensure that he starts doubling and never stops. Defense is fine. 25 growth is fine. Res is there. Like, it's... Damn. Looks pretty damn good. And only 5 levels to reach the point where you could promote him if you needed to. I think Raven looks pretty decent. I think this is a serviceable unit. I think you can get a lot of work done with Raven. Who do we have here? Lucius. Lucius. Sounds like a male name. Sounds like a masculine name. I mean, Lucius is a masculine name. But this looks like a chick. I don't know. I mean, I guess it could just be a very feminine male. I don't know. Looks very feminine in attire and stance, but Lucius is a very masculine. I don't know. It's Lucius. This is Lucius. It's a monk. Okay, so we use light magic, I guess. I don't know. Sorry, my mind wandering. I'm also just getting distracted by the lawnmower outside. I really hope you guys can't. It's actually not even a lawnmower anymore. What the fuck he's doing right now? But he's doing something, and I apologize again if you guys can hear it. I tried to filter it out, but I don't know how well it worked. What are we at? Lucius. wimpy ass HP, standard for a magic user. Magic of 7 is actually pretty solid. Speed of 10 is really good. And then, yeah, standard defense res type setup. 60 magic, 40 speed. Yeah, Lucius looks like he'd be doing just fine. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with him. He's a little squishy, standard magic user in terms of physical survivability. Magical, he can survive just fine against other magic users. I think this is another useful unit. I think you could definitely use Miss/Mr. Lucius here. I really don't know. But definitely looks like a pretty good unit. Definitely could get away with using that one. What the? We have Hanas. He looks like the he looks like that meme, the I can't hold all this stuff meme. He's got all. Alright. So we have like a klutzy little shaman here. Okay. Comes in at level 8 with standard magic user, mild HP, super high magic with a solid growth, mild speed with a even milder speed growth, so he's gonna struggle to double, but he should be fast enough to not get double. Maybe some of the faster units, yeah. Myrmidons and Swordmasters will double him. Mercenaries and heroes will probably double him. Some of the faster units will probably be able to double him, but he looks like he should be fast enough for the most part to stop people from doubling him. He just will have a hard time doubling anything that's not like an armor knight. Really good defense growth though, especially for a mage. Super good res growth, standard for like dark mages and just mages in general. Seems pretty good. I think he's usable, maybe. The speed's kind of the determining factor, but I think he could definitely hold his own. I think he could be useful. Oh, another fighter. We have Dart the pirate. Oh, he's not a fighter. He's a pirate. All right, fine. Pirate. Also comes in at level 8. Lots of HP. Always nice. 12 strength. Pretty good. I can't complain about that. 8 skill, 8 speed. He's not going to get much more skill. Holy shit. You'll be lucky to hit a point of skill or two. Same with his defense and especially his res. But his strength and speed growths are really good. His problem is that his speed, like Hanas here, starts out good enough to not be doubled. But, and while 60% growth means that he will very quickly grow to the point where he is doubling, he's not going to be able to do it right off the bat. But I think he's definitely more than serviceable. I mean, he's an axe user, which has some merit to it. Axe is typically not so accurate. But 8 skill, actually, I mean, Axe has got a lot of buff. Like, Axe has got a big buff in this patch. I don't know. It's so hard to tell if Axe user is going to be good or not because I haven't played with the new Axe mechanics. The new accuracy bonuses that Axe has got and the new weapon triangle might be enough to make Axe users actually viable, but they are really, really tough to use as of patch 6.0. And I don't know if this is going to be a good setup for one. I think he definitely has potential, but it depends on how axes work in the new patch. So we'll see. Wait. Hold on, you just have a spear. Do we get our first soldier? No. It's a Pegasus Knight. Okay, so we have Fiora, another Pegasus Knight. Comes in level 7. HP is fine. Strength looks little. It's serviceable. Strength is serviceable, we'll say. Skill, pretty good. Speed, insanely good. Pegasus Knight, what do you expect? Defense, actually really good. Like, base defense of 6 is kind of but 30% growth means that it'll be, she'll be competent in defense throughout the game. And then 7 res with 50, like, this is a really bulky Pegasus Knight, actually. So Fiora here, very bulky, very fast, as Pegasus Knights tend to be. So honestly, the only thing she's really lacking is strength a little bit. It's not like she's bad strength. It's just kind of iffy. Give her an energy ring, and you can kind of make her just a really good unit overall. And HP is a little low too, admittedly. So maybe like give her a Seraphrobe and an energy ring, and suddenly combining her defense with a Seraphrobe of HP, 28 HP, like this is a very serviceable unit. I mean, it's a very good unit to begin with, just because it's a Pegasus Knight, high speed. But put some investment into her. She looks like she's going to be pretty good. I think it's a very good unit, actually. All right, we have the Galt here, huh? The Galt, another thief. It's been a while since we've seen a thief. Well, I say that it feels like it's been a while because we're going so slowly through these, but comes in at level 12, 26 HP with 61. 15 speed, 60% growth. Seems fine. 8 defense actually really helps on a thief. On the off chance that they have to, if you have to walk them into range of like one enemy, 18 defense or 8 defense would definitely mean that he'll survive an attack if he gets hit. Yeah, seems pretty good. What was Matthew? Matthew was, I think, 4 base strength with 30 growth. Okay, maybe it's a little higher than I thought. Yeah, this is the one, Matthew here. So yeah, 4 and 30. So this oops. This Galt guy, wherever the hell he is. There he is. This Galt guy. So comes in with 8 at 25. So if you asked me, if you were going to promote one of your thieves to assassin, this seems like it'd be the better option. He's a little bulkier. He comes at a level where you could promote him right away also. But he comes with a much better strength base. So yeah, this Galt guy probably has more. If you're, I mean, I guess you could get both of them to assassin, assuming there's, I'm assuming they put in enough fell contracts. I don't know. Maybe they didn't. In the last patch, did they give you enough? Oh, you could always buy one. Yeah, you can always buy more from the secret shops, I suppose. At least I'm assuming you can. Do they? Yeah, there's a secret shop that sell. Yeah, you could. I mean, assuming they bring the secret shop back where it sells the promotion items, then you could promote both of them. But assuming you don't drop 2 of those fell contracts, they might just drop 2 fell contracts to begin with. I mean, what was it in the last game you had? In the last patch you had. What do we have? 3. I think we had 3 thieves, right? So if we had 3 thieves in the last patch, 3 thieves in this patch, then I guess it's possible they could drop 2 fell contracts and you just get to promote 2 of your 3 thieves. But this guy has a lot more potential, I think, as a combat unit than the other guy, Matthew. That was his name. I think he would do better. I think if you were wanting to use one of your thieves and actually train them up and get them some XP, I think this is your better option by a significant degree. Oh, we got 2 people here now. What? Ninian / Nils, Dancer / Bard. Ninian Nils share stats and growths except for con and aid. Okay, so this is just like in the last patch where you had either Elfin or, oh shit, I'm blanking on the name now. Laurel. Fuck. Why can I not do this? Lorelei? No, Lorelei's, that's something else. Loara. There we go. Got it, sort of. So yeah, you get one or the other, it looks like, similar to before, is what I'm guessing is up with this one. So at some point, there's probably like another like route split or something. So Nils is a little bit easier to rescue. Neither of them are going to be able to rescue anyone else, so what difference does it make? But they have the dancing abilities, so get to let you move again. Always valuable. Their stats don't matter. They're dancers. They shouldn't ever see combat unless something really bad is happening. And as a result, their stats just, it doesn't really matter. The 70 growth on speed helps them to stop, or helps to prevent them from getting doubled, and that's about the only thing that really matters, although the HP is so damn low that they'll probably die in one hit anyway, so it won't matter that they don't get doubled. Dancer's really good, so, you know, as a result, whichever one of these two you get, they're really good. All right, what do we got? We have Isadora, Isadora the Paladin. Why do some of the mounted characters get their mounts and other ones don't? I don't get it. Level 1. That's a little bit wimpy HP, actually. Wimpy. Oh, man. These, okay, speed's really good. There we go. That's one stat that she's got. Oh, man. These, this is interesting. The majority of these stats are a little low with relatively low growth rates. I mean, speed's pretty good. 16 speed's fine. 50% growth means that she's definitely going to get a lot of speed. I mean, hell, 16 with a 50% growth, she's very likely to cap that. But other than that, like, strength of 13 is kind of meh. I mean, it's fine. Depends on when she joins, I guess, more than anything. But the 30% growth means that it's not going to get much better. The defense, again, not going to get much better. It's a little bit, I mean, 20% growth isn't like garbage, but it starts out so mild that it's not really helping. The same can be said for resistance, although resistance of 6 is still pretty good considering most non-magical units have relatively crappy resistance generally, so I mean, it's a paladin, so you got movement on your side. You've got aid on your side. Um, you got weapon triangle control on your side. There's a lot to say is just good, just because simply by the fact that Isadora here is a paladin. And the 16 speed's fine, but the rest of these stats are really iffy. I don't know how good Isadora's really gonna be. I think there's probably some way to make her good. There's probably some way for her to be of value. I've not seen it though. Not right now. I don't think like definitely not unusable. No character is unusable, but this is like a situational character. Like when you've got like one or two deployment slots left and you really don't know who to put out, like Isadora's one that could fill that slot and do just fine. But she's never going to be like a standout, like exceptional unit, I don't think. Looks fine. Whatever. Moving on. There we go. There's a Wyvern. That's what I wanted to see. We finally got a Wyvern Rider. All right, let's see what we got. What are we working with? Level 7. So you can't promote as soon as you join. A little unfortunate, but what are you going to do? 28 HP. I just thought of this. Yeah, I want to point out. So Isadora's a promoted paladin with 28 HP. This, what do we have? We have Heath here. This Heath here comes in at 28 HP, unpromoted, and 3 levels away from promoting with an 80% gain. So just getting into level 10, he should have about 2 HP extra. So he should have 30 HP at level 10 going into a promotion. So he's going to steamroll her for HP just as soon as he promotes. Strength of 11, so with 3 levels, it's 1.5. So basically 12 to 13 strength before, like his stats are all. Oh, his defense is actually higher, but all of his stats are like very, very comparable to hers if you give him 3 levels and then just say for the sake of it, I just throw +2 across the board because I don't remember what the Wyvern promotion bonuses are off the top of my head. But if you give him +2 across the board and then like 1 to 2 in each stat, like he is steamrolling Miss Isadora up here. Damn, look at this. This is really good. Like 11 strength, 50% growth. That's fine. That's really good. I'm not going to complain. 7 speed. Okay, I will admit 7 speed I will complain about is a little low. That's a little low. 45 growth can compensate. He probably needs a speed wing or two though. I don't know. It doesn't tell you what chapter they're joining in, and it doesn't tell you what chapters drop speed wings, but there is an argument to be made if you get a speed wing like a chapter or two before you would recruit him, that you might want to hold on to it because his speed's a little iffy. Speed's a little low, actually. Not even iffy. His speed's relatively low. But the 45% growth means that he will overcome that hump slowly, like very slowly but surely. But dropping a speed wing on him will really help him overcome that hump sooner. Plus, you can always promote him and get the Wyvern promotion should give +2 speed. So if we assume you hold on to a speed wing, and we assume that assuming they don't change the Wyvern promotion, you get +2 speed. So that'd be 11 speed at level 1 promotion, and he should pick up at least 1 point of speed just going to level 10. So that put him at 12 speed after promotion at level 1, assuming you promoted him at level 10 and you gave him a speed wing. That's pretty good. Like 12 speed's pretty good. I mean, Isadora is 16, so 10 defense was really good. 30% growth, also really good. I think this is a really good unit. I think Heath here probably going to do a pretty good job. You might need to help him out with his speed. You know, like I said, you might need to hold on to a speed wing or two for a chapter longer than you'd like. But I would say this is 100% a unit worth investing into. I think this is a very good unit overall. Again, just a little bit low base speed. It'll take him a while for that 45% growth to really kick in and get him fast enough to do what you want him to do. But it seems pretty good. What we got here? We got Wrath the Nomad. It's a very blurry picture. Actually, the last one was too. They're very defocused pictures. Or unfocused. Defocused. That's not even a word. Unfocused pictures. So Nomad, always nice to have another mounted unit, so you get the 7 move. Promote gets 8 move. Then he uses bows, obviously, as a Nomad. He'll get sword when he promotes. 10 speed with 50 growth is really good. 8 strength, 50 growth again, also pretty good. He's got pretty decent stats. Nothing terribly wrong with these stats. They're pretty solid across the board. Defense might be just a hair low, but he uses a bow, so generally he can avoid counterattacks, so who cares? He shouldn't be taking too much. He shouldn't really be in a position where he's going to take a lot of enemy attacks, and he shouldn't really be taking retaliation attacks, generally speaking, a few exceptions. So the defense isn't a huge deal. He seems fine. Nomad's good. The aid, always nice, because mounted units in general. I think there's potential. I think Wrath definitely worth consideration. Seems okay. Oh, look at this fucking man right here. Holy shit. Now that is a fucking battle axe, though. This boss, what do we got? We got Hawkeye. The Berserker. Okay, there we go. That's what we want to see. I mean, yeah, the 15 less crit than what Berserkers used to have, but still, 50 HP. Holy fuck. 50 HP when as he just walks onto the battlefield, 50 HP. Fucking shit. How do you kill this man? 14 defense even to compensate. That's really good too. This guy is bulky. 10 res, pretty solid. This guy is all bulk. Hits like a truck. 18 strength. Holy fuck. And he'll have more of it. He'll get a lot more of it with that 40 growth. Speed, a little iffy. Sad day. But still, hits like a truck, can survive probably several attacks. With a 50 HP, 14 defense, he could probably survive a lot of attacks with that. Probably like 3, maybe 4 in a pinch. I think this is pretty good. Again, speed's a little iffy, so I would probably say the same thing I said with Heath, where you probably want to give him a speed wing. Although, unlike Heath, he's not really going to grow out of it. He's kind of going to be slow forever. Might have to give him all the speed wings. I don't think Hawkeye. I don't think Hawkeye here is bad. He definitely has a flaw or two, but definitely seems good. Definitely seems very usable. Another axe user, looks like. Got a warrior. We have Geats, warrior, huh? Geats the warrior. Comes in level 3. He's got pretty solid HP. 40 is pretty good. Also hits like a truck. Okay, only 1 less strength than Hawkeye, although he trades that 50 HP for 1. Like, he's generally just a lot lower on all these. Speed's a lot better, though. 2 base and a lot better growth. 15% better growth. Yeah. Now, there's a standard issue of axes. I just don't know enough about how well they're going to work. That's another thing I just thought about Hawkeye, too, is axes got a huge buff. Like, all the axes are a lot more accurate. So, and he's got 12 skill, actually, on top of it. What's your skill? Okay, 14. That's pretty good, too, actually. Okay, these guys might actually have enough skill, especially with the new axe buffs, that they might be really good, actually. Again, it depends on the axes. Like, again, they all got like roughly 10 to 15 accuracy, and then these are pretty good skills. 12 and 14 between the two of them. Or not between the two of them, but 12 and 14 respectively. I think this could work. I think these might actually be good axe users. I think we might actually have really good axe users on team. Geese looks pretty good. Hawkeye looks pretty good. I think they're usable. All right, so we have Wallace, Knight/General. What the fuck is this? So that's what I play the tutorial. 12/1. Oh shit, I think I finally understand this. I don't know how it took me so fucking long. Okay. It took me this one now that it's separated with the slasher. I figured it out, guys. Don't worry. Okay. So if you play the tutorial, he comes in as a level 12 knight. And okay, never mind, because now I don't know how do you. So you play the tutorial, he's a level 12 knight. And then when you're playing the main game, he's a level 1 general? Okay, I lied. I don't 100% understand what is going on here, but it looks like what they're saying is this first slash is, I'm guessing, what happens in the tutorial. So like he's going to come in at a level 12 knight with 30 HP, 13 strength, 7 skill, 5 speed, 10 luck, 15 defense, and 2 res in the tutorial. And then the stats will vary if you play the shit. Well, these stats don't look like they're varied, because then you'd play the main game and he'd come in at level 1 with 30... Fuck, I don't know if I'm understanding this properly. Alright, I'm just going to keep rolling with it. Apparently I'm not understanding this all. Whoopsies. My bad. Sorry, don't listen to me. Figure it out yourselves. So he's either a 12 knight or a 1 general with a difference of 4 HP, difference of 3 strength, difference of 2 skill, difference of 3 speed, difference of 0 luck, difference of 4 defense, and 3 res. And his growths leave a little bit to be desired. His defense is fairly low. I mean, his defense, 19 defense actually, well, 15/19 is pretty high. 35 will help to compensate a bit. So his defense is going to be just fine. Speed is so low. Its speed is incredibly low, and it will not get much better, if at all, with that 20% growth. He's also a knight/general, which is never a particularly good class. I don't know. I don't think Wallace here is. I don't think William Wallace is worth putting too much investment into. I think he might have a few niche moments where he stands out, but I think in general he's probably not worth too much of your time, is my guess. Oh well. Alright, what do we got here? We have Farina. Another Pegasus Knight. Okay. Third Pegasus Knight for the infamous triangle attack. Comes in at level 12. Low HP, standard for Pegasus Knight. Mild strength, but it grows really fast, actually. It's got very good strength growth. Pretty damn fast. We'll get more fast. Or faster, I should say. I know how grammar works. Standard Pegasus Knight in that regard. Defense and res, pretty good. Growths are fine in both. Yeah, another perfectly good unit. I don't know why you wouldn't use this. First of all, Pegasus Knight, standard Pegasus Knight shit, good aid, high movement, flying. And then the stats are just further supporting the fact that it's a good unit. I don't know what else to say. Farina looks pretty good from that little overview we get there. So we have, what do we got? Pent Sage. Alright. It's been a while since we had a magic user. So, level 6. Pretty decent HP. It's not like fantastic, but it's decent. Magic. Skill. Insanely high skill. Like, stupidly high skill. Speed, luck, defense, res. Yeah. 50 HP, 30 magic, 40 speed. Yeah, it's really good, actually. Yeah, Pent here, I would say is good. I don't know why you wouldn't use him. 17 speed's insanely fast. 18 magic will definitely do wonders, since magic is generally, more powerful since it hits on res rather than defense. I think Pent definitely is worth looking into. I think this is going to be a pretty good unit, is my guess. We have here Luis, Sniper. Okay, so Sniper, by default, a little bit better than an Archer, but let's see if Luis here has some value. HP is a little wimpy, but again, 2 range kind of lets you compensate for having low defensive stats and HP. Speed's really good with a high growth. That's always a plus. 12 strength is a little iffy. 40% growth is fine. Not really going to compensate. Basically, always going to be kind of a middling strength, basically. This basically means like a 40% growth or less. Well, especially less. If you have like a 30 to 35, you're basically going to be... You can basically assume that your strength is going to be wherever it's at. Whatever you're doing damage-wise is kind of where you're going to be stuck at. Whereas with like a 40 here, it's a little shaky. This means that with a couple of good growths, she could get into strength range where she's doing some significant damage. But generally speaking, she's probably just going to be able to chip really well. She can double, though, actually. She could double. She'd probably get some kills, actually, since she's going to be doubling. 17 speed with 40 growth. She'll be doubling reliably. Yeah, Luis looks fine. I think there's probably a little bit of use. You can probably find a use for her or two. I don't think her usability is out of question. Not like the other archers we looked at who are so trash it's not even worth looking into. I think Luis actually has a little bit. There's a little bit you could say like to put some use into her. I think she's fine. She's usable, I guess. Like not like trash tier, just not gonna be fantastic either. Oh shit, this is Corel. I was gonna like I didn't recognize him with the really long, not grayed out old man hair. Okay, so this is Corel. So do we have our? Oh, he didn't get to keep his huge ass growths. Poor guy. He got much more growth based in his old age, but in his young age he actually has to work for it. It appears. Still a swordmaster though, so he did not get the Bartra treatment, where he got to be a class. He got class down. So he comes in as a swordmaster, mild HP, standard for swordmaster. Actually, it's not even mild. That's really low. Look, he's level 8. Yeah, he's very low HP. 16 strength is fine. You could do some reasonable damage with that. Not gonna grow much though. Uh, 20 speed, 50 growth. Yeah, so it's speed and skill. Standard swordmaster. Gonna be really fast. Always gonna hit. Luck is luck. And his defense and res don't really matter because they're not going to change a whole lot from what they're at right now. They're basically going to have 13 and 12 throughout the rest of the game. Yeah, looks fine. Swordmaster again took that huge penalty to crit since they're now only get plus 15 passive rather than 30. So Corel here, definitely serviceable. Probably want to drop an energy ring on him. But I think he's fine. I think he's good enough. Like, there's nothing, like, dreadfully wrong with him, in theory. Again, the big nerf Swordmasters took, but he should still be... I mean, he could still kill a boss just fine. Definitely hit them with that 23 skill. And the added hit that Sword's got. So what do we have here? We have Harkin, class hero. Alright, so another mercenary-like class. I haven't seen many of them. I guess you don't usually get many, do you? Usually 2, maybe 3. Alright, so decent HP. It's a little bit low, but not like horribly low. And 80% growth means that he should compensate a little bit for it. 21 strength, very good. 20 skills, 17 speed. 17 speed, pretty solid. 40% growth means that he'll maintain kind of that speed level that he needs to. 35 strength growth is fine, but not great. It'll do its job. Defenses look just fine. They'll actually improve a little bit as he levels up, it looks like. Not by much, but a little bit. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I think Harkin, definitely useful hero. Gets a lot of weapon triangle control because he gets swords and axes. Skill of 20. Ooh, that's another thing. I just thought, yeah, axes got the bonus that we talked about. And he's got 20 skill. He might actually be able to use axes very efficiently. He could probably be a very good axe user, honestly. I'd have to check that out. I kind of want to play with Harkin a little bit here and see if I can do like an axe build. Axes should work really well on him, in theory. Who the fuck? What? Nino, class mage. Con and aid, non-existent. Movement 5. Okay. This is level 5 mage. Assuming these are in the order we unlock them, which, judging by the way the stats have been laid out, seems to be the case. And if such a thing is the case, then this is almost definitely the est character, so to speak, because a level 5 mage, after you've been recruiting level 8 promoted units, level 4 and level 6 promoted, like, after recruiting a bunch of promoted units, and then suddenly you get a level 5 mage with completely unserviceable stats. Well, maybe not completely unserviceable, that's a little unfair, but with pathetically low stats, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the est for the game. And as per usual, has low stats, very high growth. Not worth the time, but if you really wanted to put investment into this Nino here, she would ultimately turn out pretty damn good. I mean, 60 speed, 50 magic, 50 red, like, HP's a little low at 55 growth, but you could definitely train Nino and she'd be just fine, but holy fuck, your work is cut out for you. Good luck with that one. We're just going to move on. Alright, so we have Jafar, Assassin. Okay, so they don't even just give you 3 thieves. They just give you one up, straight up assassin, which is fair because they probably want to showcase the new class. So it comes in at level 13. 34 HP is fine. 19 strength that's pretty good actually. 25 skill, 24 speed, defense and res look a little mild, but 24 speed, you know, it's gonna be easy for him to dodge. He's gonna be pretty evasive, so his defense and res are low but serviceable for his for the kind of speed and the evasion he should have in theory. What the fuck is this? 15 strength, holy shit. I mean, 19 strength is fine, but generally you probably want your units to have a little bit more than 19 strength as the game goes on. I don't know what the assassin's strength cap is, but if we assume it's similar to like a swordmaster's, which is like 23, 24, he's going to have a tough time getting that even to 20, let alone to 23, 24. But seems serviceable. Seems like he'll be just fine. And I mean, the assassin's the upgraded thief, so functionally it's just another thief, right? Like, that means just coming in at 24 speed, he's going to be able to steal from damn near everything. I doubt there's anything other than the occasional boss that has more than 24 speed, so you know, he can steal everything for you. He can unlock door. Like, he's a combat-oriented thief. Like, that's all there is to it. Use him for a thief utility, and if you ever get yourself into a pinch, he can defend himself functionally. Like, he can defend himself really well. So, yeah, like, fine. I think it's a decent unit. I think it's cool. Like, Jafar, good unit, I guess. Kind of. Alright, what do we got here? We got another Lance user. Wyvern Lord. We have Vida, the Wyvern Lord. Okay. That's what I like to see. Let's get the Wyvern Lord out there. 8 move. That's what flying, all that fun shit we talked about before. Comes in level 9. 43 HP. Pretty good. 60 HP growth. Solid. 20 strength with a 45 growth. Really good. 19. 25 is fine. Nothing wrong with that. 13 speed with 40% growth. That's a bit of a rough spot. That kind of sucks a little tiny itty bitty bit. 21 defense though, that's insanely good. That'll make that her HP is gonna go so fucking far with something like that. The 40% growth on speed is nice, but she needs like 2 or 3 speed wings almost before she's like fast enough to, well, yeah, probably 2 or 3 actually before she's really reliably doubling. I mean, I guess a couple level ups could maybe help. So give her like a speed wing and some, you know, give her some love and attention to give her some levels, and then maybe she can start doubling. But 13 speed is, I don't think she's a bad unit. She's definitely not bad. The 43 HP, 21 defense with 20 strength. That's, and just flying utility. You know, actually her 8's really low. Never mind. I was gonna say you could rescue drop with her, but 8, holy shit, she can't rescue anyone. Still flying, like, I don't think it's a bad unit. I think this Vida here is good enough. Definitely value. Like, you could use her. You would not feel bad using her. You're not going to be struggling in a game if you decide to use her. It's just she is going to struggle to double things. But yeah, pretty good unit. Who the hell? Carla. Another Swordmaster. Okay. Carla. So, wow. Wow. These stats. 18 speed seems pretty decent. Although, like, what do we got? Disregarding Vita, who's got low speed. You're at 24. Fuck you. It's 17, 20, 17, 17. Yeah, your speed seems a little low. Like, way too low. Probably still enough to double. Unfortunately, strength of 14 is also really low. You're going to be so heavily reliant on crits, and I don't know if that makes, like, I don't know if that's a good thing, especially since the 15, the new crit mechanics for Swordmasters. Carla here seems kind of bad. Not unusable, not like don't bother ever deploying her, just not fantastic at all. Just kind of like her potential seems to cap out at middle of the road. That's what it looks like to me. Like you get a unit that's below average, and provided you get some good rolls on some of these stats, it turns from below average to average. Just does not look fantastic at all. We're just going to move on. Alright, who we have here? We have Reynold the Bishop. Hey, we do not get many magic users in this game, do we? Between oh, I guess Nino was sort of a magic user. I don't really fucking count Ests. Yeah, Pent was the last one, disregarding the shitty-ass mage you got there. So, another magic user here. Get another staff user, too. Always valuable to have another staff user. Comes in at level 16. Not a whole lot to grow. This is like a Nemi or a Yoder from the last patch, almost. Although they came at, like, damn near level 20, if not at level 20, I forget. And he's got a little bit more to grow. HP seems pretty solid, actually. 43 is a lot for a magic user. Although, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is 12 magic? Holy shit. He has very low range on his stabs. His magic, he's a bishop, so it's light magic. It's barely gonna scratch anybody. Even physical units that have low res are still barely gonna feel it. Holy shit. What is this 12 magic shit? And 40% growth. He doesn't even have like an 80 or 85% growth to like really like guarantee it's going to get up there a little bit. Like it's not going to improve a whole lot in those 4 levels. Speed's actually pretty good. 20 speed's really good. Fine. 35 growth. Good enough. Okay, I mean, nothing wrong with an extra staff bot late in the game, but Reynold here definitely not going to impress you for his combat prowess. And if you have no other staff users, it's always nice to have a staff user. So, like, if you're running through like an Iron Man idea, I mean, yeah, if you're doing an Iron Man and you somehow ran out of staff users, he's a staff user. The penalty is he has no range, like at all. And if you think about it that way, actually, that's kind of a nice balance. Like, sorry you lost all your staff users. Here's one more. Don't lose them. The trade-off is he's going to put himself in harm's way just to use his staff. Although, again, 43 HP with his defenses as they are, he could actually tank a hit if need be. So he can kind of compensate for his low range by having those dudes. I don't know. He seems fine. He's usable. He's or better yet, I should say, he's serviceable. Moving on. Oh shit, we got the old man. Name Ethos, the Arch Sage. That's a new class. Level 20s. 0% grows because he can't actually grow, so he's just stuck with these stats, huh? Okay, well, how do they compare? I guess 40 HP is. I mean, 40 HP is pretty good. Nothing wrong with 40 HP. It's a little bit low, but he's a magic user, so it's one of those things where you kind of just expect that. Magic of 30. That's a cap magic stat right there. He just comes in with cap magic. Nicely done, Mr. Ethos. Skill 24. Speed of 20 is a little iffy. I suspect that most like generic units can't double a 20 speed, but there's probably the occasional boss that you'll fight that can double Ethos here. But I suppose you don't have to use him to fight bosses, so 20 defense, that helps. 20 defense helps keep him alive. And the 28 res definitely helps keep him. Like, he doesn't really take a whole lot of damage from magic. And even physical, he does pretty solid. So, seems like a pretty good unit. I think Ethos here definitely has some value. The fact that he's level 20 with 0 growth means that he's probably going to join in, like, a chapter, maybe 2 chapters before the end of the game. But definitely worth using when you get him. He seems really good. Next. Oh, that's it. Okay, well, that's it. We got to the bottom of the patch. We did it. We made it through. So I hope I paused that, or I muted that in time while I sneezed there. Maybe you caught a little bit of it. Excuse me again. Yeah, overall, I think this is going to be a perfectly fine patch. Everything seems a bit toned down, which I guess they said they did it here even for accessibility purposes. If you are a Fire Emblem veteran, it sounds like the best thing to do is just to keep playing on Japanese servers because they have. I'm not going to go through the Japanese patch notes. I'm getting tired just from these ones. But it sounds like your best bet is if you are a Japanese veteran to just keep playing on Japanese servers. Don't switch to local servers. And if you're new, well, I guess it's all been toned down to help kind of ease you into the franchise without making you feel like, you're being beaten by the game. So overall, I think it looks fine. I think it looks like a pretty good Fire Emblem game. I don't see what's particularly wrong with it yet. Some of the changes don't make a lot of sense. Like this, we talked about this one already, obviously, but the new staff accuracy looks worse, so that kind of sucks. But the weapon XP, I really like this. That was a good one. This new assassin class for thief, and what was the other thief one was the the higher speed stat now in order to the emphasis on actually having to try and put a little bit of effort into your thieves instead of just making them run around and never gain XP. That's kind of a unique thing, kind of interesting. It might be fun. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot to. Well, okay. In fairness, this was a fairly small patch, although the devs admitted that even before this dropped that it was not going to be the largest patch they've ever made. But I think there's a lot here to work with. I think this is going to be a pretty decent patch. But yeah, I've been recording this for a while now, and I need to do something else. So, well, by do something else, I mean I'm going to go ahead and start playing patch 7.0.0 because I want to see what's up. So, I'm going to have to close this video and start up another one. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah!